Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about my exercise adherence plan. All right. So here we're going to talk about our client a little bit. Our client is an overweight woman in her late 20s that works a full-time job and is looking to work out to lose body fat and for health reasons. She has a clean health history with no prior diagnosis of disease. Now, when I say that, I mean nothing major, um, sickness here and there, but she doesn't have like heart disease or high cholesterol or high blood pressure. She's just a little overweight, and and she wants to look better. Um, she's new to exercise. She doesn't really know uh, any of the specifics on how to exercise the correct way, anything about resistance training. She is very, very new to her. The trans theoretical model. Um, so pre-contemplation. We're looking at, uh, you know, I'm not going to change, but this would be a good idea. Contemplation. I might change whatever behavior I'm focusing on. Preparation. You're starting to plan to make changes. Action is whenever you're actually going and doing it, and then maintenance is where you keep going, and you continue that uh, change behavior for a long period of time. Here specifically, our client is in the preparation phase. She's like, okay, I'm getting my ducks in a row so that way I can start taking action and making these changes. This is okay. Having that talk with your family, um, from for like these two set aside hours during the week, or the day. I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna go take care of whatever I got to do. Um, so the intervention plan for the preparation phase. She's prepared to start exercising, has not made any finite moves yet. Now, what I mean by that is she does not have a gym membership. She does not have um, a workout plan that she's going to adhere to. Um, her next steps would be to move into the action phase, which would be incorporating workouts into her schedule. This is, finally deciding what she's going to do. How am I going to attack this issue? Assisting in her preparation to exercise, we would discuss possible options that would best fit her needs. Now, me personally, I'm the one to go the route in her specific case. Um, if money is an issue, Planet Fitness, 30-minute room, you know, 2 sets of 10 with a couple reps in reserve. Um, I know that the job here may not be to prescribe specific workouts, but you know, I think that that's the uh, most reasonable option for her current situation. Either that or at home workouts. There's things you can do at home, resistance training, as long as you're picking something up and moving it and moving your body for 150 minutes a week and really working um, towards increasing your physical activity level. Then I would consider that beneficial. All right. Now, another theory we could look at is the social cognitive theory. Um, Social cognitive theory is interesting in that it looks at the the client's ability to understand the needs and specifics for the ability to make a lifestyle change. Okay. So we're looking at their environment, their personal understanding, and the behaviors that contribute to lifestyle change. Now, um, we would really be looking at her specific understanding of exercise. She's new to exercise. She doesn't know what to do. Um, didn't really play sports in high school. She just doesn't know what physical activity is. She doesn't know what it's like to be moving, what it's like to find that schedule and stick to it, as well as how you're supposed to do it correctly. And this is a tough one to tackle because uh, her environment she works a full-time job. Um, that's not going to be a whole lot of time for her to work out. Uh, so they're going to have to be quick and effective. Um, in evaluating her lifestyle, which is again her environment, her uh, personal understanding, and her behaviors that contribute to a lifestyle change, we're going to have to look at, is she a hard worker? What kind of job does she work? If it's a labor intensive job, then, which, it's not in this case. We're going to have to really evaluate the different aspects of her life that are going to affect her ability to be physically active. Imagery. So, imagery based strategy that we will practice will be a goal oriented specific response. Now, what this is we're visualizing the end goal. You know, um, we're painting a picture, right? Where we say, okay, this is what our end goal is. This is what we're going for. In this case, it's uh, body fat percentage and getting down to a goal weight and being like, hey, this is what we want to look like for personal reasons. Um, uh, we want to continue to be healthy. We don't want to cause any issues. Keep the workouts effective enough to the point where they're not having a detriment on her health, whether that be mental or physical. Um, and really visualize, what her body will look like. I think that's an important part of, health and fitness is you get this idea of what you're supposed to look like and you really chase it and you go after it. Because you don't know until you get there. So I think that that's an important thing to visualize whenever you're considering your goals for physical activity. Now, why is imagery a useful tool? Imagery is important in the process of visualizing where we want to end up at the end of our lifestyle change. Um, it's helpful in assisting us with motivation and understanding the steps needed to accomplish our desired outcome. Um, we don't know what we're chasing unless we have a full conceptualized idea of it. If she doesn't see herself completing that goal, then how's she ever going to take the steps to complete it? If she doesn't, you know, when she has those moments of, oh, I don't want to do this, or, those lazy thoughts, she's got a choice to make, and it's either pursue that end goal that she's got visualized in her head, or um, let it slip through her hands. Common barriers, time management. Again, quick and effective workouts, 30, 45 minutes, an hour max. Nothing insane. Now, um, me personally, uh, I know that some people say you need so many minutes of cardio and so many minutes of resistance training. A great way to have quick workouts is interval training, though. Um, uh, Personally, I prefer something progressive like GPP style. But that would be up to whatever whoever's in charge of prescribing her workouts. Money, Planet Fitness is $10. Um, it's not it's not uh, the most ideal um, environment in my opinion, but if that's the best that you can do, then do it. It's better than nothing. I know most private gyms range from $30 to $40 a month. Not everybody's got that kind of money. I think it's completely worth the $30 to $40 a month, but that's just me. Lack of knowledge. Here's the big one. This is the big one. This and fear are the two biggest ones. There's a lot of stuff out on the internet that can be misleading. I think it's important to get all of your information from a credible source. Be look up, .orgs. Um, really look for credentials whenever you're taking fitness advice from someone. Whatever they might be certified in. Fear is the one that I hear the most. I don't want people to think I'm stupid. I don't want people to look at me, you know. Um, Fear. I think it's probably the greatest limiting factor whenever it comes to exercise because we don't want people to. We don't. We're not comfortable in this new environment, and we think everyone's going to judge us. And I think that the best remedy to that situation is to say, okay, um, I'm going to do the best I can today, and I'm going to work hard and take solace in the fact that although you may not be doing the correct thing, you might look stupid, you know, you're working hard. And that is where I think one of the pitfalls of the culture of exercise um, is in today's society is, you know, people are going to judge and they're going to be idiots, but the most important thing to, understand is you need to take solace in your own uh, work ethic. Because at the end of the day, who cares? Um, if you look like an idiot or if somebody thinks less of you, you just got to go with it. Now, here we're going to look at reward systems. Really, a lot when it comes to exercise is positive reinforcement. There's not a whole lot that you can really, you know, you can't, when your goal is weight loss and fat loss, you can't use food. You can't use, um, you know, things that are going to set you back. So, um, we're going to use positive reinforcement. You know, part of keeping a client interested and motivated is considering their long-term goal is desired, right? So we look at that long-term goal, and that kind of becomes everything that we work towards. Part of positive reinforcement in this situation is seeing lifestyle changes with exercise as well as generally feeling better. Now, um, I've had multiple people tell me, "Hey, I started exercising and I just feel better," and that's what keeps them going. Uh, and a lot of that comes from cardiovascular and resistance training. Their body just functions on more of an equilibrium than it did before, and a lot of their hormones really stabilize whenever they start to work out. So I think that's paramount in um, as to why we're doing this. We're doing this to feel better, to be better, whether it be looking ourselves in the mirror and liking what we see more, or um, you know, trying to improve our health. Um, you can also use a part of, a section of the workout at the end where it's like, hey, what do you want to work on? We'll do it. And you uh, work on whatever the client wants to work on, whatever they want to improve on, you know. Um, if that's, whether it be, a muscle group or whatever, or some type of cardio, let them go crazy. That can be part of their reward for um, having a good workout. Results and general improvement as well as goals being met will serve as a positive form of reinforcing why the client should continue exercising. Now, if she's one of those goal-oriented people, this will work great for her. I see these little changes. I see myself getting closer and closer and closer to my end goal, and that'll mean the world. You know, uh, if she's one of those people who like make a ton of excuses and everything, then that goal might not be enough. But um, the goal is, for her to see her life changing and to feel better. Be like, hey, this is worth putting my time into. Um, but yeah, in all, um, her personality and who she is as a person is going to be a big determining factor in whether she decides to continue exercising or not. And I think that if she is a goal oriented person, then this will work great for her.